So, if we're timelining the not Twitter freak drama, because like apparently like there's just been fucking huge meltdowns, and I want to like, you know, I protect people who are nice to me. I don't like seeing them get shat on, you know, it makes me sad. So for like a really quick TLDR, because I've already given a timeline of this previously. I've already given a timeline. All right, I don't need to fucking bore you guys with the nitty-gritty details anymore. But I did the Real Game Awards back in January, and I was a like announcer for one of the categories. It was like the Husbando of the Year. Audience vote is what decided who won every category. I didn't even vote. I'm gonna sorry, Craig. I didn't vote in any category. Like, I didn't have time, and then all of a sudden the day happened, and so like I got linked to a video, and it was this video. Let me remove my face so you can see the full weird ass thumbnail. I got linked to this video, and the comments are exactly as you would expect. And it's a mixture of, like, synthetic men reacting to me being cringe at the Game Awards. Because, like, yeah, obviously, I'm a fucking VTuber. I am cringe. Like, duh. Fucking no shit. And then they put in, like, a weird clip that had nothing to do with the Game Awards. It's very stupid to deny that the Holocaust happened. We have an abundance of evidence that it was real. But I think countries in Europe that punish Holocaust denial with legal threat, with fines, with jail time, I think that's even more retarded. So apparently because I said that makes me Jewish? I guess? And then they played a song? I don't know what song this is, so I'm not gonna play it, but like, they then played a song. And so this is where all of the comments started coming from. And I was like, oh, who is this guy? Who is this synthetic man? So I looked him up and I was like, oh, he's like some Futanari loving, like, anti-woke YouTuber. Okay, that's weird. That's weird that he would have beef with me. And then I was like, I looked into it more and I was like, okay, maybe he didn't say anything and it's just his audience being fucking weird little freaks. So like, I figured it was like weird drama grifting, and I didn't want to say his name. Because you don't give attention to people who are doing drama grifting, right? Like, that's just like being on the internet 101. Because as soon as you give a drama grifter attention, they just won't shut the fuck up about it. And I don't want to be used to increase someone's view count. So I just said it was groypers. I was like, yeah, they talk like groypers. They're weirdos. Let's just fucking call them groypers. Whatever, man. And so I went with that for ages. And then I was getting these comments for literal months. Like my mods were having to hammer people for months. And then randomly, the almighty Lolly tags me on Twitter. Well, I guess actually I did forget. I wanted to make the point that the people on Anna Valenza's side attacking me now were celebrating back when Synthetic Man's audience was being weird to me. Because they were like, Kirsche's audience is finally turning on her. This is what you get for pandering to the far right and groypers. And I was like, when the fuck have I had either of those things here? You're a fucking idiot. You're an actual fucking room temp IQ. How are you breathing right now? So like that was part of that. And then the almighty Lolly tagged me. Oh, one of Synth's mod was doing like weird shit. You know, fucking, and then I was like, okay, well, if that was happening, I can just fucking rip the band-aid off. And I could be like, yeah, it wasn't groypers, it was his audience. And then, like, it literally hadn't stopped. And because I was dealing with something far more serious than, like, weirdos being angry at me giving an award to a fictional black man, and assuming I'm Jewish for some reason, I was like, I'm just gonna reach out to Synth. All right, like maybe he's not crazy. Maybe it's just a part of his audience, and maybe he will be a normal human being in DMs. And wow, lo and behold, he was a normal human being. Although I did chastise him. I was like, what the fuck? You could have reached out to me. My DMs are open literally everywhere, and all you have is a fucking email, you boomer. You're just like Jim. You're just like fucking Jim. You don't know how to use technology. No way. Just a normal man. So like everything was fine. And he said on his stream that like everything was fine, right? And then like he got baited into watching a clip about me talking about one of my exes. And I like whatever he said, like sure, it could have been insulting. I don't give a fuck. It wasn't what he said, it was that he did it in general. Because when I reached out to him, I prefaced everything with, I am paranoid of talking to people who are in your sphere of YouTubers because a lot of them are drama grifters. And if I reach out to them in good faith, they will think that they've sunk their claws into me and they can start doing drama grifting for views. I'm reaching out to you in good faith that you are not like those people and that we can have an actual conversation. And so on his stream, when he watched something that would once again incite drama, I was like, hey dude, that's kind of not cool. Because that was literally what I prefaced reaching out to you with what I didn't want happening. I didn't want to be used to increase your view count via drama grifting. And I felt bad because he immediately felt bad. there's that women logic in my brain. He immediately felt bad. And I was like, I don't want him to torture himself on stream. I know what, like, you know, streamers, you can't show weakness. You'll get fucking attacked, right? So I was like, I wish he would end stream early instead of torturing himself on stream, right? And he was here when I was saying this last time because he came to my stream when I like talked about this. And it's like, I only messaged him once while he was live, right? Like I messaged him once and that was it. I'm not gonna fucking bother a dude, right? Like he's not my girlfriend, as it were. And so I was just like, I feel bad because he's crashing out and I don't want to see him do that. I understand why he feels bad. And the fact that he did feel bad made it so I could believe his apology when he messaged me after his stream. Because he did apologize. And he was just like, yeah, you know, as a fucking emotional moment, and like, I understand, you know, like, you had trust in me, and you didn't need to, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we made up again, and everything was fine. Everything was fine. And then he came to my stream, he made some jokes in stream, we had a good time, like, everyone here just, like, fucking played along, we bantered, you know? We made some jokes. It was fine, it was great, and I guess, like, his audience didn't like that? I don't want to say, like, his audience, the entire audience, because there seemed to be some like sensible people with brain cells there, right? But like I guess they got mad that he came to my stream and he made some jokes and like some people think we're dating. We're not dating. Like men and women can be nice to each other without having to fuck, question mark. Like I can't believe I have to say this. Anyway, it was really jarring because being in the VTuber sphere, I'm used to, like, all the weird little parasocial unicorns, like, losing their fucking minds whenever their Oshi collabs with a male. You know, we have the, there's a male on my Oshi stream! Like, right, we have that meme over here. So it was really weird to see a bunch of men acting like that towards a male streamer. I was just like, what the hell? That's strange. I saw a fucking female on stream. It's time my Oshi is in danger. And then, I felt bad because he was getting dogged on for, like, making jokes in my stream and being just, like, a normal human. Like, being just a normal guy. So I felt bad, and I was like, I'm gonna show up in his stream, and I'm gonna say dumb shit, too. And I'm gonna fucking go over there, and I'm just gonna say dumb shit, because, like, why not? Because he has been nothing but nice to me. He has been a very, like, decent person. And that's more than I can say for a lot of people. And so I went over to his stream, because, like, again, we had talked in DMs, everything was fine. And I started fucking saying gay shit in the chat. I was like, all right, like, I knew I was fucking dipping toes into shark-infested waters, and I knew I was gonna get insulted literally the entire time I was there. And, yeah, that is what happened. I was overwhelmingly, you know, getting shit on the whole time, but it's like, I don't give a shit. Because I was there to, like, show kindness to someone who had showed kindness to me. And his chat started gaslighting him into thinking that I was, like, someone impersonating, Kirsche. And he's so bad at reading chat. I fucking dogged on him for it when I was there too. I was like, fucking, you don't even read your chat. What do you mean? And he was like, it goes fast, okay? And I was like, I fucking, mine goes the same speed and I have two. Fucking, what do you mean? So I made fun of him a bit for not being able to fucking read chat, but I don't have 100,000 subscribers. Right? I don't have 100,000 subs, so I'm just a fucking gray name in chat. And so it's very easy to miss my chats because of this. And so, like, because he was believing his chat, and I even got, like, timed out for a second. I don't know who timed me out, but I got, like, a really quick timeout, I guess, while they were trying to decide if I was a fake account or not. And I was like, I typed in the chat, I was like, you can just call me. Like, I'm on Discord. And he's like, well, if it was the real Kirsche, she could just call me. And I was like, this fucking retard! So I called him and I was like, brother, it's actually me in the chat. Like, fucking, you're an idiot, right? Like, I fucking bantered with him for a second. And I guess people are angry that I bantered with him. Like, the chat fucking was very unhappy at the time. And it's like, I couldn't win, right? Like, no matter what I did, they would have been angry. If I bantered with him, right? They're angry now. If I had gone in there and been like, ooh, synth man, you're my king. They'd have been like, look at this grifting fucking right? Like, there's nothing I could have done that would have changed any of the feelings. Woman on stream. And so let me pull up the one thing. Where is it? Kirsche, as we speak, is hanging out and chatting in a neo-Nazi stream. An actual Hitler was right neo-Nazi who openly and frequently talks about Jewish people. Kirsche's a mod. She clearly knows who he is. I knew him as the Fuda man because his audience had been harassing me for not being racist, for liking black people, and for being a Jew. And so they took a picture of, like, fucking Synthman's stream and me replying to someone with, like, my PC specs that I could remember off the top of my head. And they zoomed in on that chat. And I made a joke because his chat was, like, bullying him and being like, oh, now she's gonna ruin the stream. She's gonna show up for every stream, and then when she doesn't show up, he's gonna doom her. He's gonna be like, it's so over. And I was like, oh, Kirsche didn't show up for a stream. She literally hates him now. It's so over. Or like, it's just fucking cringe jokes, dude. It's just fucking cringe, man. And then he pulls, I don't even know where the fuck this is from, but I'm not going to believe anything this account says about other people, considering how many lies they've told about me. This isn't going to convince me. Sorry, I need a better fucking source. Sorry. Not only is she hanging out in a neo-Nazi's chat, but she's a moderator! Oh, and being Nazi jokes, too. Guy seething so hard he can't even grammatically correct. When he made me a Janny, people were joking about how it's literally over because a femoid is a Janny and she's going to ban everyone she don't like. She gonna ban everyone who insults her. I didn't time out anyone because my wrench is purely ornamental for Synth's old man eyes to see my chats that one day. And so someone was like, it's gonna be like Crystal Knocked in Janny Row. Because the Jannies are gonna be seething because I was made a Janny and I'm a female. And because I'm the victim in this case, because I'm the one getting shit on by everyone in this stream, I made the more like Kirsche knocked joke. Because I'm the one getting attacked! That's fucking, you can't tell me that's not funny. You might not like my edgy humor, but you can't tell me that's not funny. That's good wordplay, baby. That's just good wordplay. And then he has to link Crystal Knocked, like, people don't know what this fucking is. Like I didn't just say in a clip earlier that was being used to attack me that the Holocaust is real, and people who say it's not real are retarded. We were just thinking the same joke. Are his audience all middle schoolers? I hope not. That'd be a weird audience to court. Do you know there are some bad people called Nazis? Wow. What's a Nazi? and then people in the chat were like, I think Kirsche left. I think we bullied her too much. I think she's no longer here. where did Kirsche go? Like, people were asking, because I had been quiet for a while, because I was fucking busy doing other shit. I wasn't just staring at the synth man's, you know, fucking, what's his name? Jack Nicholson hairline, alright, okay? Like, I wasn't just sitting there imagining. And so I responded to the people in chat asking where I was, and I was like, nah, I'm still here. My stalkers found me and are trying to spin a story about how I'm a Nazi because I'm a longtime mod for synth. And this retard bites the bait and says, you're a longtime fan and mod for one open Nazi, and everyone says you're sympathetic to Nazis. The wokes will truly spin a story out of everything. She needs to escalate to saying I called her a Nazi because it's literally the only place left that has even marginal plausible deniability. He's been calling me a Nazi for months! He literally made up the name Ku Klux Kirsche that now Redditors believe is what you guys call me because we made fun of it being so ridiculous. And also, why are they allowed to make a Ku Klux Kirsche joke that they spread far and wide until people believe it's real, but I can't say Kirchtelnacht? What the fuck is up with that? What is this fucking double standard, you slimy little freaks? And also, way to go. Way to go. I have literal months of documented harassment from his audience because I don't hate black people and they think I'm a Jew. And you want to attack me for being a moderator for like 2 hours. Like, come the fuck on, dude. Come the fuck on. If you were any more disingenuous, you would literally be smited into a snake by God himself. Like, it's actually gotten this fucking ridiculous. Actually gotten this fucking ridiculous. And then as if some sort of weird serendipity, the next fucking tweet, he made like 4 tweets on this shit. Ku Klux Kirsche making Nazi jokes in the chat of the Nazi streamer who openly likes Hitler. Like, Synthetic Man removes pro-Hitler mod Kirsche. Like, it's actually insane to me that this is happening at the same exact time. I don't know the majority of this guy's content, but he's been nothing but kind to me in DMs. And this is what these people try to do. Synthetic Man, I guess, is not very well liked. Having been attacked by his audience for as long as I have been, I can't imagine why he's not well liked. But I keep saying his audience. There are people in his audience that aren't psychopathic, right? Like, he has some decent people, but like, this is like a divide and conquer tactic, because the people who have been attacking me for months are looking for any reason to tie me to anything controversial. And if Synthetic Man has a crazy controversial, like, track record or some shit, obviously they're gonna try and use that against me. And that makes me feel bad, because they know that I have something to lose if they keep attacking me, if they keep painting me as this person that I'm not. They want more and more people to believe the lies that they're telling about me. And so, in their mind, in order to protect myself, I would disavow Synthetic Man. I would cut all contact. I would make some, like, weird apology about how I'm never gonna speak to him again because he's fucking literally Hitler. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be bullied into doing something like that to someone who has been nothing but kind to me. That is a cowardly fucking path to take. And this is how you create radicalized people as well. If you're beating me over the head in order to scare me into losing something by using someone else's reputation, someone that you don't even know how I know them, clearly, even though there's months of documentation of harassment, they're trying to make it so if I disavow someone like him, right, most normal people, I guess, would have the I'm gonna save my own skin mentality. Disavow him, isolate him further, make him more of a leper, which would push him further into being depressed, push him further into isolation, push him further into people thinking, oh, well, all of these people disassociated with him. The things about him must be true. And like, maybe some of them are. I don't know. But again, he's been nothing but kind to me. And especially where you fucking freaks have been running a harassment campaign, slandering me, telling lies about me, making other people think that I'm something I'm not for months. Yeah, if this fucking guy is gonna be kind to me in DMs, you bet your ass not only am I going to be kind back, but I'm going to defend him when you try to use him as a fucking cudgel against me in the hopes that I will fear losing something if I don't cut contact with him. Kirsche lives despite everyone who despises her. You don't like Synthman, but if someone else does, it doesn't affect you whatsoever. People can like people you don't like. It's not a big deal, so who cares? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's like, most of his audience fucking hates me. And that's fine. I don't have to interact with his audience. I can just interact with him. Because, again, he's been nothing but a good person to me. Alright, chat, it's your time to seethe about a male on stream.
$2. The Kirsche in chat says to call on Discord, I guess. That's probably fake then, because you could just call me.
Why would you say that? Like, it's just... It's fucking...
Soycast guy, thanks to the $5. I'm an adult, yes, but these hags must not groom me. I am
Hag
but a
love.
sweet, innocent Zoomer who needs the Mael Ussy. Alright.
They're not hags, they're just women since own age.
$10. Kirsche sucks. Okay. Hollow, thanks to 100 rubies. Don't mod Kirsche. That's equivalent to the biggest mistake mankind has made. Giving women the right to vote. The 19th was a mistake.
True and real. But as a moderator, I'm not voting. I'm exercising dictatorship.
Well, if I ask her not to time out anybody, I mean, you can see who times out people or bans them, so.
Look at this male trying to control my actions.
Just some guy, thanks to the $2. Synth says, whoa, mama, then Abby shoves her, and then he didn't finish the rest. That's a random name, thanks 5 Canadian. I was referring to your comments about chat hating women. It's out of envy for that sweet pussy. Just like monkeys hate us out of...
I like the lemur monkey!
Our technology and shit. Toby the Drink, thanks to 8 months membership. Whoa, mama, synth simping while Black Henry lurking. Jerky Sasquatch, thanks to $5. Do the needful. Oh shit, okay, never mind. I guess she is in chat. She's calling me. Hold on.
That fucking like, oh shit, seed shuffle. He's like, wait a minute, it's real! This anime woman, it's real! This is... Chat, I'm so glad you guys don't gaslight me like this. I'm glad that my moderators time the fuck out of gaslighters, because like, I could not live if I like just could not believe anything you guys said. Like, yeah, you have misinformation sometimes, but goddamn. Oh, I'm so fucking low. I'm so low. Hold on, let me crank my volume, chat. Let me, this is as cranked as it'll get. I'll be quiet.
But what happened?
Your chat just telling you that I'm fake this whole time.
I didn't check in the chat. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't read your chat. You just read the spam.
Do you see how fast it's going? It's fucking going fast as fuck.
Just as fast, and I have 2 of them. What are these excuses, you woman?
All right, well, you don't have to rail on me like this, okay?
I thought that's what you liked, Fuda Man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I walked into that one. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be the next fucking meme now. Anyway,
All right, well, now you know I'm real. I don't have to stay here. I'll let you get back to your shit.
All right, I mean, do you want to be a mod? I don't care, but it's easier to see you in chat.
Yeah, you can give me a wrench. For the flare, I guess.
All right. Well, just don't time out anybody because then everyone's gonna hate your ass. That's for sure.
I don't want to time out anyone.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. See ya.
And there you go. Like literally, that's how I got the mod wrench. Literally for the flare, for his boomer eyes to see me in the chat. let's get into they tried to cancel her.
Soyboy constantly stalks Kirsche, trying to everything that they can to cancel them.
Thank you, throwaway zombie, for correctly referring to the thing by its real status.
What is this here? What did she even say?
The fact that you can raise money for calling a 5-year-old the N-word is insane. Hope they shut down her campaign. They shouldn't. They didn't shut down Carmelo Anthony's campaign. So getting...
She's right. If you want, like, if they can do... Yeah, she's totally right.
Mad at this just outs you as like a very hypocritical person.
Well, it's not even hypocritical, because hypocritical implies it's a double standard. There's not even a double standard. You have one guy that's stabbing someone and killing them in the chest with the knife, and you have another girl that's saying a word.
Yeah.
So they're not even equivalent to begin with.
Yeah, so, no, and I agree with that. Like, it's not equivalent at all. Like, the levels of severity are not equivalent. But this is just like how it is, right? Like, because somebody who did something so severe as to stab someone and kill them raised over $500,000, that's why she's getting money.
Oh, and this is the problem with this whole conversation. No, Kirsche's completely fucking right. Yes, there is no justification for taking down her Give Send Go, but not Carmelo Anthony's. Carmelo Anthony's is 1,000 fucking times worse.
100%.
It's not even infinitely. It's not even comparable. It's infinitely worse. And so yes, I don't even understand. And so this is her defending it? This isn't her defending it. This is common fucking sense.
Yes! Yes!
How does anybody not think this? The VTuber acknowledged most people don't support using racial slurs, but went on to compare Shiloh Hendricks' contracts about George Floyd. Bostonian guy, think it's okay to say a 5-word? No, I don't think most people think that's okay. Yes. She's right.
He sounds so exasperated and confused. He's just like, why is this even an article? Oh, chat, I'm gonna have to change my towel every time he says I'm right. No racism, no hate. No racism, no hate. Unless it's against white people, I guess. Instead of donating to a trailer trash racist, you can donate to me instead. What a...
Okay, all right. And so now the picture is complete.
Yep, the gwifting.
Now we understand what's really going on.
The gwifting.
All right. How are some people real? I don't know. Yeah, she just wanted that bag. That's what it is.
Little weasel. What a little weasel freak, actually.
True, absolutely.
Calling the name of baby Moses on fire. Did we go from the loving society of the 90s to the fucking mess in 2025? That's some chutzpah. A lot of people are just like unfollowed. That's an unfollow from me. Bostonian guy said, oh no, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, I don't remember you commenting on the Carmelo Anthony fundraiser. That's what I said too. I said this myself.
Yeah.
Why aren't they writing? Here's the reason why they're not writing articles about me like they are about Kirsche. Do you want to know the real reason why? It's because they know it won't matter.
Oh.
Like, they know that if they write an article about me being a racist, all that's going to get me is another 1 million view video on YouTube.
True.
And it's going to be called, I'm being canceled for being right, and, you know, or something like this, right?
Yeah, but now he can just read the articles about me being canceled for being right and get another 1 million views. All right, okay, like, say a good woman helps her husband out, after all. Oh my god, I'm being canceled for being right. Easy farming, bro. It's infinite content, truly. And I mean, I said the same thing. Like, they're gonna go after me because I'm smaller. I have things to lose. I don't have fuck you money. And if they're able to successfully kneecap me, that's one less person speaking out against the, like, dog shit that they do to people. So it's in their best interest to try and commit life ruination on me so that I no longer have a platform. And that's why I said earlier that I am incredibly grateful for all of you guys. I'm incredibly thankful because I was wrong. Sponsors are not the way to have stable financial income as a streamer. That having sponsors is more of a liability because you have to censor what you say and do because you have to worry about their reputation. You have to worry about, even if you're censoring yourself, if they might drop you because people hate you and want to push a hate campaign against you for over a month. But if my income is coming directly from my audience, that is what makes me uncancelable. That is what makes it so I can weather these kinds of storms. I can get 3 hit pieces in a fucking month. And my audience stands by me and knows what I'm actually like.
And it's insane. I'm being canceled for fighting against racism. And we already know. So this is the reason why they do it. They attack people like her because she's smaller. She can't defend herself in the same way that I can. Hiya. And they're hoping to effectively bully gamer subs into like not sponsoring her.
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing on Twitter since March. And then when they realized their Twitter campaign wasn't working, they started writing articles on me. And this is exactly what happened during Gamergate. They start writing hit pieces, and then in the next hit piece, they self-reference the prior hit piece that they wrote, and they say, look, there's a big controversy. People care about this. There's a prior article talking about how bad this person is. Yeah, written by your ass. Like, what the, come the fuck on. Just a bundle of losers. Yeah, exactly. We are eternally in 2014. We literally cannot escape. We can't escape, dude.
Now, this is the truth. You can never rely on a sponsor. You can never rely on any of these people to like actually give a shit about you. If you're a content creator, you should always focus on yourself. Never rely on sponsors because they will drop you the moment that things get rough.
And I mean, people have been memeing, like, in the Cinder drama with the, like, it's just business. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's less of a meme than a lot of people are making it out to be. Like, that is very common behavior. That is not abnormal. As bad as it is, and as much as it shouldn't happen, that is the norm. It's just business. If I wasn't lucrative, do you think I would retain any of my sponsors? Do you think that when there are seething mobs of crazy people, even if they're lying about me, causing a huge ruckus, do you think that companies would stand behind me if I wasn't making like a profit for them? Absolutely not. I would be cut faster than I could even come up with a sentence to talk to them with. And sometimes even when you are the sole reason a company is making any profit at all, they'll cut you anyways, because they're spineless fucking cowards.
And so I'll listen to a little bit more about this, right? And then we'll move on. But I'll see if there's a timestamp 257. Okay.
Okay to call a 5-year-old the N-word. I don't think most people think it's okay.
Oh, okay. So that, yeah, everybody knows that.
I think there are a lot of people who are tired of things happening, like Daniel Penny.
Yeah, Daniel Penny, total fucking W. Absolutely. The guy was a fucking psycho that he killed. This guy attacked an unarmed woman multiple fucking times. The guy that Daniel Penny choked out and killed. That was a total fucking parasite. The only person who's in the wrong here isn't Daniel Penny. I don't even feel bad for the guy that got killed. Well, actually, I do feel bad for him. That's what I'm
Whoa,
saying. I do feel
that's
bad
further
for him.
than anything I've said.
Put him in a fucking insane asylum. Really? I'm not even kidding you. The guy was fucking insane. How do you have 20 assaults? It's nuts.
The whole George Floyd incident. And also, like, I'm not going to super loop on Daniel Penny either, but it's like, he is someone that should be hailed as a hero. And this is a definitive problem with how we treat men in our society. Men who step in and help someone who's being attacked, or help someone in general outside, they should be hailed as heroes. And instead of hailing men who step in and protect people as heroes, we demonize them. We drag them through the court system and we tell them, no, you're the bad guy for stepping in. And we're quickly going to fall into like the Chinese state mentality of, if we try to help anyone who's going through anything, we're going to become liable for it. We could get court fees. We could get jailed. So it's incentivizing, like, the government and the justice system are incentivizing not helping your fellow man. They're trying to make sure that men will not help their fellow man or women whenever they're in trouble in public. And when men stop helping people in public, that's less of a chance for criminals to actually be stopped. And I agree, again, like I got shat on for my take with this before, when there was like some kid just watching a woman get robbed, and I said, in a healthy society, that man watching the woman get robbed would be rightfully called a cuck. We do not live in a healthy society. He did the correct thing for where we're at. If he had gotten involved, he probably would have been dragged. He probably would have been, you know, handcuffed and taken away. He would have been called an aggressor. And even on top of that, sometimes when you help people in current year, they point to you and say, oh, well, this man also sexually assaulted me, by the way. And it's like, there's no reward. There's no reason to help people anymore. If you only get negativity, both from the media and the justice system, and sometimes even the fucking victim that you helped, why would you help anyone? This is, again, by design. Otherwise, the justice system wouldn't work this way. And it's sad that we've gotten to that point, because men should want to, and I'm sure some still do, and they're just terrified, rightfully so, want to help people who are in trouble. That should just be the standard. But we do not live in that society anymore, and that's a very depressing thought. And the Summer of Love, like the Carmelo Anthony, there's just a lot of people tired of the two-tier justice system, and they start saying some crazy things and doing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
She is totally, absolutely, completely, unequivocally right. This is absolutely what people believe. And I understand that there are retards on Twitter that don't want to believe it, that don't want it to be real. They think it shouldn't be real.
Correct.
They don't think you should be able to say it. But the fact is, this is the way that people think. They think it is disgusting and absolutely ridiculous that a person is able to raise $500,000 after they kill somebody in cold blood in the middle of everybody else with a knife through the heart.
Yeah, it's
this
insane.
This is some fucking Aztec Mayan sacrifice ritual shit. The guy raises $500,000, and then these people are getting bent out of shape about a word?
Yeah, it's insane.
Here. Burning down entire cities because one police officer that
Thank
immediately
you.
got put in jail and put on trial. This guy...
Both the seething Twitter freaks and the Vice article tried to, like, invoke the fact that I said, you know, like, this is a consequence of where we're at. This is a consequence of stuff with George Floyd and the Summer of Love. Cities burned the fuck down. People lost their lives. Black people lost their businesses that they've built their entire lives because of this shit. Cities lost large businesses like CVS and Walgreens and Target because their businesses were burned down, and they said, we're not going to come back here. That creates more disparity. That creates more issues for those neighborhoods. It was bad for everyone.
Somehow is like the reason why you're going to burn down an AutoZone?
Yeah, like it makes no fucking sense.
It's outrageous. And everybody can see this. By the way, every single person can see this.
Yes.
And this is the reason why it made so much money. It's because people are tired of walking around eggshells trying to tiptoe around lies.
And it's insane that that's where we're at. That we can't say something that is happening in reality, that everyone can see with their own eyes is happening in reality, that politicians have acknowledged is happening in reality, right? Like if the right people point it out, it's a good thing. But if the wrong people point it out, well, you're a terrible person and you deserve to have your life ruined. And it again is a double standard, and it's incredibly insane.
Kirsche is completely fucking right.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And even if you don't agree with her and you think that that's not the way it should be,
correct,
you should also acknowledge that it is the way it is.
And it is the way that it shouldn't be, right? Like this shouldn't be where we are. But I'm not an idealistic person. Like, I have to acknowledge reality. If I don't acknowledge reality, I'm just fucking delusional.
I don't care about what your opinion on how life should be. At least acknowledge what's in plain sight.
Exactly.
I think it's more in the tensions, and the George Floyd thing was just the tipping point. The fact is that I was very much like in favor of the you know.
Did you see that? Did you see that chat? Let me replay that.
I think it's more in the tensions, and the George Floyd thing was just the tipping point. The fact is that I was very much like in favor of the I was.
We're holding cursors, chat.
I was a George Floyd
It's a sign.
in general. Like, I didn't like that Derek Chauvin guy either. There was a lot of people in my audience that were unhappy about that, and I don't want to go through that whole thing. But I will reiterate my position.
Oh boy.
I think that if George Floyd wasn't pulled out of the car by that fucking officer, he'd probably still be alive, right?
Didn't he ask to be pulled out of the car and put on the ground? I mean, wasn't that didn't he literally ask for that though? So he wasn't pulled out of the car.
There's a good chance. But, yeah, sorry. I do, and I think the officer was a piece of shit. But, and anyway, no, I'm telling you, like, just look at his history. But anyways,
I don't remember the officer's history.
I mean, the guy had such a massive, bold claim. Just look up his history as an officer before this.
Is he, like, mistaking it for Floyd's, like, long criminal record? Is he, like, just misremembering? Because, like, I misremember shit all the time.
But anyway, it was an overdose. Don't care. That's not my point. But my point here is that whenever I see this, I think to myself, this is a person who is trying to explain the way that other people feel.
L-take. Look, so everyone has L-takes once in a while, chat. Like me, saying I don't like Elden Ring. That kind of matters a lot, but okay.
She's getting canceled, and they're trying to cancel her for this.
They are.
Just simply for expressing the way that people feel.
Correct.
And the reason why is because the people that have this mindset are so afraid of other people finding out that there's actually a consensus against them.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And again, that's why they have to try and kneecap me before I get to the point of someone like Asmongold who has fuck you money. They need to cut a head off of the Hydra in their point of view to make sure that I don't have a platform, I don't have an audience, I'm financially ruined. I wouldn't even be surprised if it became to the point where, like, they were trying to get me unpersoned, like they've done with, like, Kirsche and Owen Benjamin. So
the whole thing again, right? And so that's it. I mean, if you're unhappy that I have this viewpoint, you're not going to, like, type something in chat that's going to, like, get me mad and make me change my mind. I don't care what your opinion is. I only care what my opinion is. And so anyway, yeah, just go watch the VOD, watch the video. I don't want to hear about it. My point is...
Please don't go crazy like Owen Benjamin. The only thing, and I hope I have the right person. I might be getting him confused with somebody else. But, like, when I see his name, I think of, like, the mainstream meteor. Like, that's like the only thing that comes to mind.
Beside it, because even if you think that the cop killed George Floyd in cold blood, right? Like, you assume everything about it is true. He just straight up executed George Floyd right there. It shouldn't really make a difference, and you shouldn't go burn down a random building in another state. Right?
That's absolutely right, right? Like, even if you took, like, the point of view of these people, right, where they think that George Floyd was just 100% murdered in cold blood, all right, like the officer pulled him out of the car and then purposefully murdered him. Even if you want to say that that is the reality of what happened, it's not. But if you want to believe that that is, that's still not justification to burn down businesses, regardless of whether they're like mega corpo businesses, because those neighborhoods are going to lose that resource, or if they're individual citizen businesses. Like, there were tons of stories of black business owners, and they were like, I spent my life building this, and now I have nothing. There's nothing left. Like, I don't know how I'm going to rebuild from this. And that's why I took on the opinion that Black Lives Matter doesn't actually care about black lives. Because why are people out there burning down cities, burning down black people's businesses, and then claiming that this is like repercussions for what happened to Floyd? Like, it's insanity. It's insanity. That's absolutely not what you should be doing. Especially considering how many were black owned. Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm making. Like, a lot of the businesses that got burned down and looted were black owned businesses.
It's insane. And so anyway,
Spider Bro, thank you for the $4.99 and the context. Derek was a terrible cop. He had roughly between 17 and 20 complaints. That's a lot. One of your brothers is a cop, and he says that Derek was a disgrace to all the cops. Okay, well, thank you for the context. Like I said, I don't remember everything about that story. I just remember that Floyd also had a long track record. So I was like, is Asmon like right about the cops' track record? I don't remember. So thank you for the context. Thank you, Spider Bro.
So you're an organ of speech. You need someone with the facts that really affect people. Well, the facts are that I think this is the way that a lot of people feel.
They were
about
both
it.
horrible
It
and
is.
some crazy things.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it okay. But it's like
so this is what I think is so funny about it. So you can read this article that's written about her, and so I want you to look and listen to it.
They start saying some crazy things and doing some crazy things. Hello, Anthony. There's just people who are tired of things happening, like Daniel Penny, like the whole George Floyd incident and the Summer of Love, like the Carmelo Anthony.
Yes.
There's just a lot of people tired of the two-tier justice system, and they start saying some crazy things and doing some crazy things. That's how big. That doesn't make it okay, but it's like, that's just.
So she even says, that doesn't mean that it's okay that they're doing this. I'm just explaining this is why they're doing it.
And it's been taken out of context everywhere, and it's been used to slander me by saying I'm, like, completely defending this woman in what she's doing, when that's never what I said. And that's crazy to me. Like, the levels of disingenuousness are off the goddamn charts, man.
But this was intentionally cut out of context in this article, and the goal of it being intentionally cut out of context is very clearly to make her look bad. This is what happens. It goes back to the Michael Brand hands up, don't shoot lies. I don't remember about that. I'm just saying in general. People are tired, and that's where we are, unfortunately. That doesn't make it okay. Oh, here it is right here. Claims that people are tired of two-tier justice system and seem to insinuate that Shiloh Hendrick's usage of the N-word was just a consequence of where we're at now. It is.
Like that, and the people giving money to her Give, Send, Go, as I said the other day. Like it's that is a consequence, right? If Carmelo Anthony's Give, Send, Go didn't exist, or if it didn't make as much money as it did, I don't think her Give, Send, Go would be as successful as it is. I don't think people would be giving so much money if Carmelo Anthony's Give, Send, Go hadn't happened just before that. Like, her Give, Send, Go is a consequence of Carmelo Anthony's, even though, you know, obviously, as Asmon said earlier, fucking Aztec ritual stabbing someone in the heart is way worse than saying a fucking word.
She's right. Everybody's getting mad at her for saying this, but the fact is that she's completely right. And people want to complain and get her canceled and try to make sponsors leave, etc. Here's what I think that a lot of these sponsors need to realize.
Oh.
A lot of the public is waking up to these obvious lies, and there are, I think, infinitely more people that agree with Kirsche and also agree with, like, my same take on this as well.
Absolutely.
Than the people that agree with these mentally ill freaks. And so if you start dropping people because they're inconvenient for a small subset of people that probably don't even like your food to begin with. They don't even like your product to begin with. They're just trying to bully you into, you know, taking away a person's like financial ability to like make money. You're gonna have nobody supporting you, right?
Absolutely.
How would they know though? The companies? Well, the companies, I think that every company should try to make a decision based off of that, right? You do that a lot. You understand where people are coming from and why they did it, but people think you're defending them, which you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understanding is not the same thing as defending.
Correct.
And so that's basically it. That's her. That's her. She really looks like she can be in Trump's cabinet.
What the fuck does that even mean?
No, it's not even her. It's the woman. Yes. I don't know. That's obviously not okay, but yeah. So you can't even have, and this is the problem with these people, is that you can't even have a conversation about this kind of stuff at all with them. Yeah. Because the moment that you do, they instantly try to take what you say and turn it into something else.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so low IQ takes. Yeah, they're just fucking retards. And
they are fucking retards.
People's, you know, like sponsors and everything like this. I think that the best thing that a content creator can do is to move completely away from needing these, like, you know, like continuous sponsorships, because of just how risky they are.
Yeah, true.
And the guy tried to imply that she's a Nazi because one of the retweets had a swastika in the book. Yeah, it's intentionally misinterpreted. It is. And
Aw,
I just see this
thank you.
happen, and I find it to be disappointing and very annoying, honestly.
It is. It really
because
is.
I just, I think it's ridiculous.
And like the people that are just like, oh yeah, she's talking about the controversy, she's seething, it's working, and it's like, if you were trying to get people financially cut off, if you were trying to life ruination people, if you're trying to get them fired from their jobs or dropped from their sponsors, anyone would be annoyed by this. Like that, you are a normal human being for being upset that people are trying to ruin your life. Like, it's an insane take to do victory laps over me being annoyed and talking about how people are attempting life ruination on me. Like that, it's the same as like the people in like the VTuber fan space that tell me when bad things happen to me, I need to just shut up and take it and not talk about it. Because if I talk about it, that's drama. It's not drama when people are actually trying to have an effect on my real life and my ability to live and my ability to pay bills. You're a fucking candy ass, if that's your point of view.
For people that get attacked like this and demonized whenever they're saying something that most people agree with. And I think if sponsors drop people like Kirsche because of this, they're going to realize that there are infinitely more people out there that support her than support some random fucking weird freak on Twitter that's trying to get her canceled.
True.
And that's the truth. So have they released the video footage of Carmelo yet? No, they haven't.
I wish they fucking would, though.
Until the trial, and then the trial won't be public. We'll probably never see it, to be honest. So, yeah. Elon Twitter also moved away from advertiser sponsors because it's unsustainable. Well, the thing is that...
I like how they brought up Elon, since I also brought up Elon when Elon was just like, if you're going to try and blackmail me with ad revenue, fuck you.
The problem, here's the issue that I have with advertisers. The issue that I have with advertisers is that advertisers effectively try to compel speech by withholding funds and not giving people money for advertising, which, to be fair, is their right to do. But the result of that is that everybody has to effectively abide by these speech policies of these massive international companies that...
And that's how we get that stupid, like, childish language on YouTube where people say, like, bad touched and unalived. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much, dude.
Utilize slave labor and other forms of completely unethical, you know, like labor in order to make products. So it's like, in what universe is somebody saying a word worse than, let's say, somebody going and, you know, like, I don't know, selling a product that was created through cobalt mines, right? And so, Mr. Pokey, thank you very much for the gifted subs. The raid, thank you very much, man. I hope you guys are doing well.
He just like me. Hello. He can't read alerts.
Mr. Pokey was on our podcast back in the day. I remember that. And yeah, it's caring capitalism. If something is an advertiser safe, it's considered extremism. Yes.
Yeah.
I really like that. Yes, if something isn't considered advertiser safe, it's considered extremism. I think that advertisers need to realize, and this is what I think that we need to do collectively as like as a community, like not just me, but like in general, is that we need to come together and just absolutely, totally, like, if somebody gets taken off of a sponsor because of like something bad that they said, and it's not really bad, it's just like taken out of context, I think that we should absolutely shit on them. Like 100% we should. Because there needs to be a awareness that this type of behavior isn't acceptable in the public anymore. And I think that it's not. And yeah, we need to cancel culture. Yes, and the way that you do that, by the way, like Amber Heard, so I like not just me, but like in general, is that we need to come together and just absolutely, totally, like, if somebody gets taken off of a sponsor because of like something bad that they said, and it's not really bad, it's just like taken out of context, I think that we should absolutely shit on them. Like 100% we should. Because there needs to be a awareness that this type of behavior isn't acceptable in the public anymore. And I think that it's not. And yeah, we need to cancel culture. Yes, and the way that you do that, by the way, like Amber Heard, so I think a really great example of this is like Bud Light. And it's also a lot of gaming companies. Gaming companies now are terrified to do anything because they're worried that people like me might make a video about it and they might totally shit on the game and destroy the game's popularity. I want to say that good.
So chat, I haven't mentioned this because I've been trying to deal with things one step at a time. And I don't like giving Twitter freaks any reason to celebrate that their tactics have worked in any way, shape, or form. But hearing what he's saying here, like, you should absolutely go after companies if they drop someone for things said out of context. You should absolutely tell companies that they're making a mistake, that they're doing something bad, that we're not going to put up with them dealing with these cancel culture tactics anymore, that we don't want these companies to be spineless, that if someone is partnering with you, and if someone is making you all of this money, and if someone is your sole marketing partner, that you should stand behind them. You don't even, as a company, you shouldn't be expected to make any kind of public statement, right? As long as a company doesn't drop me, I don't care if they don't make a statement. They don't need to say anything publicly. They just need to keep someone as a partner, right? Unfortunately, you know, on Twitter, people have been tagging gamer sups all over the place. People have been sometimes tagging Tues because I did a previous drop with them. They've been tagging Uwu Market because I have merch there. You know, these are the companies that people have been massively tagging when they go after me. You know who was never tagged, and you know who my aunties don't even know about because they're such a small company that nobody even really knows that it exists? Crime Boss Rockay City. And I've been playing Crime Boss Rockay City since it released, since pre-release on the Epic Games Store. I have been the sole marketing for that game. I was told by the developers the only reason that it was successful with sales on Steam release was because of me. My code that I didn't even get paid for, I did this for free because I love that game. So I wasn't even getting paid for this. I did it for the love of the fucking game. My code had more sales on it than the base store sales. I was the reason that game had any success, any marketing. I am the reason anyone knows about that fucking game. 2 days after the first Vice article dropped, Crime Boss Rockay City said that they can no longer be a partner with me because they are a small game studio who needs to sell a game, and it would be bad optics if they were to keep me as a partner. So if you have bought the game, please change your review to negative. Please tag them on Twitter and tell them how disappointed you are. Please write their support emails. Do not be mean. Do not insult them. But if you have bought the game, if you are a paying customer for Crime Boss Rockay City, do exactly what Asmongold said to do. These companies should not be spineless and short their own revenue because they will not stand by someone who has done nothing wrong because they fear a mob that doesn't play their game, doesn't buy their products. Why are they still on my profile? Because I haven't talked about it until this point. They dropped me back when I was on vacation, and I've been quiet about it this whole time because I didn't want to give people trying to cancel me a win. But hearing what Asmongold has to say here, he's completely fucking right. And why should I keep quiet about it? Because these people deserve to know that cutting contact with someone who's the only reason their game was making money in the first place, they were making money, I was not making money. I only got a monetization link like a month before this happened. And because I had sold so much of this game before, I wasn't even getting that much through my link. Like, I appreciate everybody who did use my link to buy the game. I'm not gonna, like, fucking dog on you people. You are fucking wonderful. I love my audience. But I was the only marketing they had. I am the reason for their success. I brought thousands, tens of thousands of people to that fucking game. Like, it's insane. Insane that they weren't even getting any heat. They weren't even getting tagged anywhere. Nobody even knew that I was partnered with them. And out of everyone, they were the ones to drop me. They made more off of me than I made off of them. And they dropped me. So I completely agree with Asmongold. If you didn't buy the game, please don't leave bad reviews, right? Don't brigade. Only if you bought the game, only if you spent money. Change your review to negative, send them emails, tag them on Twitter, make sure you know that actual paying customers are upset with their decision. Again, don't be rude, don't be insulting, right? If I see people insulting them, I'm going to be mad at you. I might ban you, I don't know. But I don't want people to, like, insult them. Be cordial, be professional, and let them know that what they're doing is not okay. Capitulating to mobs is not okay. The best thing you can do is walk away and acknowledge, and did acknowledge its existence. I don't know what you mean. And it's like, it's upsetting to me that they dropped me, because again, I wasn't really making money from them. It's upsetting to me because I genuinely loved that game. I wanted to see them succeed. I praised them for being developers who seemed to care both about their community and about their game. And this is how they repaid me. And that's fucked up. That is absolutely fucked up. What a twist. Yeah, like, them dropping me is literally their loss. I had nothing to gain by being partnered with them. And they made so much money off of me just loving their game and wanting to promote it. Literally the last thing you would have expected. Yeah, it's... I think it's like... worse than actually having lost money, right? Like, it's worse than having a sponsor that I did make money from drop me, because I genuinely loved the game. Like, this was something I cared about, not even for money. You're fucking mad now? Yeah, I've been fucking mad, but I've been holding it in because, again, like, I know the people who hate me are going to clip this and run victory laps about how something I cared about no longer wants to be involved with me. You were going to recommend it to your friend group? Yeah, I know a lot of you people are probably angry, and now that it's out, I can remove the branding from my Twitch, and I can delete the channels for Crime Boss in my Discord, because, like, it's not even a game that I played just on stream. I played it off stream. I did testing for patches for them, because I loved this game. I used my free time that I wasn't getting paid for, because I wanted to promote their game, and I wanted to see their game do well. And this is how I get repaid. I'm gonna replay the segment from Asmon because, like, yeah, that kind of lit a fire in me. I completely fucking agree with what he said. I completely agree, and I'm glad that he said that, and I'm glad that I can get that off my chest because, like, I don't want to, like, lie to my audience, right? But, like, I have reasons when I don't reveal things, like that I got dropped back on vacation by the Crime Boss devs. So it feels good to, like, fucking just say that.
That good, absolutely. We want you afraid. We want you to not feel like you can do this kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
And I will continue to use this power as a weapon against the people who have weaponized it against me.
Good. That's what happens.
This is what
don't let people cry out as they strike you. If they're trying to harm you, if they're trying to financially ruin you, they are not the victim. They're going to claim that they're the victim, but they're not. They are the ones who threw the first stone. They shot the first bullet. Anything coming back on them is the consequence of what they did to attack somebody else. They always play the victim.
Will continue to do. I think these people are absolute fucking parasites. They are awful people. And also, beyond everything, they are dishonest. They are lying and they are dishonest. And they're trying to force people into behavior. Concord put the fear of God in them? Yes, exactly. And so whenever any of these things happen and somebody loses a sponsor or they like support somebody like this, I think you should absolutely shit on them as much as you possibly can to make advertisers terrified of making these decisions again.
It's time to fight back. It's time to stop just, complaining in our little bubbles. And it's time to fucking do something about it.
And I think that if you do that, you can stop it from happening. Because keep in mind that the advertisers do not actually care about any of these social issues.
Correct.
They do not care about trans people. They do not care about non-binary people.
Correct.
They do not care about anybody except for money.
Correct.
That's it. And so that's really what I think in general should happen. And let's see here. Live service games are for bottom feeders.
You spent like 2 hours in their stupid 505 store to try and buy with Kirsche's code and it never worked. You're actually fucking angry about these guys? Yeah, put that in there as well. If you're one of those people, and I had a bunch of like tickets that I was trying to work through as well, if you're one of the people that was trying to buy the game through my link and you had to spend hours in there, you had to spend time with their support chat asked for pictures of your fucking credit card, put that in your review. You're like, I was willing to go through all of this garbage, all of this horrible website design, because this Fox woman, this Kirsche, really loved your game and I wanted to buy it and support her and support you guys. And this is what you do.
Maybe, right? For people who might take that as a context with the image in front of us. Well, my point is that any sort of cancel campaign that works, I think that we should actively try to make it as known as possible that the cancel campaign was a bad idea.
Yes.
And the company should feel bad for doing it.
100%.
For capitulating to it.
100%.
Money and the loss of it. Yeah. Careful, bro. Cameras must drop you. I don't think I'm really involved with them anymore since I'm not an OTK, right? But and I don't.
That's true. That's true. And GamerSups has partnered with a ton of people who are incredibly controversial, right? Like incredibly controversial creators.
And also, like, this is just in general the way that I feel. But yes, put the fear of God in them, because that's exactly what people like this want to do to you.
Exactly. They want us to be financially ruined. And so when companies capitulate to people who are trying to ruin us in some way, make sure they know, hey, those people that you capitulated to, they're not buying your product. You know who did buy your product? Fucking me. And now I'm pissed.
That is exactly what it is. And if
Sam Hyde was right. Sam Hyde quote is eternal.
Unless you play their same game, they will beat you.
Correct?
Wouldn't that
correct? Unless you play their same game, they will beat you. They will. They've been doing this for over a decade. And so many people are like, oh, you shouldn't give these people attention. You shouldn't talk about it. You shouldn't do anything. And it's like, no, that gives them more power. Call it out every time. Call it out when companies capitulate to this shit. Just staying quiet and putting up with it lets these people continue a reign of terror. Punished Foxu. True. True and real.
The only way to do it for other creators to also drop having that sponsor? No, because if you just have a huge amount of negative criticism, it scares brands.
Yep.
That's all you have to do.
Yep. Completely agree. Okay, this one's shorter. This one's shorter. That's good. That's good. Bam. All right.
A contentious article on VTubers. Link to the article in the comments. VTubing has an elephant in the room, bigotry. VTubing has a problem with right-wing harassment. So this is now some sort of like, let's see if I can find it here. I found a tweet, transgender breeding camp. What is this here? Okay. The year is 2018.
I don't want Asmongold to read cis woman rape breeding camp fucking fan fiction. Please, my king, no.
Spanking because you've been a bad girl.
What timing on that?
The year is 2028. Wait a second. Okay. Let me find the article first. How did they, where's the article? There we go. Okay, thank you for including it here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how Reddit works, but that's weird that it wasn't linked in the OP.
And so, what is it? Please join the 41. You'll never become a woman. I don't know what this is. I don't even know who
Update? Is this article just going to be seething? Is this not even an article? Are they just like live blogging anonymous threats?
Anna is. If I had a freak like Anna attacking me and slandering me, I would just remind him that this item is right here. Oh, it's about somebody killing them. Maybe you should listen to them for once. So, okay, so let me get this straight. This person has... Let me just go ahead and look and see what their articles are that they've written in the past. Why? I can't think of white sauce the same after playing this Fudanari game.
What the fuck? He looks so confused!
Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow.
See chat? He's based! He also hates Fudanari!
Oh, eat your opponents. Yes, I'm fascinated with this vor-themed gotcha strategy anime game.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So this is a person whose career is based off of playing and reviewing fetish porn anime games, and they've now written an article about VTubing having bigotry in it. Okay, yeah, this makes a lot of sense now. I understand it. Since the publication of this article, harassment against me has become particularly egregious on Twitter.
Oh, poor baby. Poor baby wanted to lie and slander about other people and now is facing consequences for their actions. Oh, poor baby. Oh.
anime-themed tea company has told me to kill myself, and a right-wing VTuber...
Sentences that exist in the year of our Lord 2025. An anime-themed tea company told me to kill myself. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh god. Oh, this is gonna be clipped, and this fucking autogynephiliac is gonna seethe at me and be like, oh, this fucking anime woman! She laughed at my death threats! Please don't send death threats to people. But holy shit, what a fucking sentence! Oh my god, I can't fucking see. I can't fucking see. If this wasn't written in a Seethe article, I would not believe that this is a real sentence. This sounds like a shit post someone writes on fucking 4chan. I was like, you know, like the OP is just like a picture of some random HoloLive woman. And they're like, your Oshi is shit. My Oshi is better. The first post is just an anime-themed tea company told me to kill myself. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. All right. I'm alive.
has encouraged me to buy a rope and hang myself. Okay, so this is like, let's take a look at this here. Let's see how many likes this has. So this is a person right here with 200 followers.
Oh, he's a Russian agent? Did you guys see that? He lives in Russia. Vladimir Putin is personally paying for the opposition against these Vice articles. Oh no, I'm gonna start getting fucking paid Russian agent articles. I'm just like Trump, the Russia interference.
This person is quoting in their, in their article. Others considered a word harassment campaign in the original article. And this is a tweet that this individual has made. The year is 2028. The United Soviets of America have emerged, run by groups of 12 to 14 trans women who initiate breeding facilities where we high-five each other while split roasting cis women. We call it the gender crit. I'm not even going to read that.
Yeah, please don't.
That's amazing.
I think I understand. My tweet. Do we have my tweet? Mr. Moderators, do we have my tweet about fucking trans activists? So there was a post back in February. Somebody has like a little pin here that says, "Hate trans people, kill yourself." And someone responded and said, "I'm not sure exactly where it comes from, but there really is a uniquely violent and sadistic streak in trans activism. It's a distinct, palpable malevolence that you don't see even in other LGB activists. At the slightest provocation, or none at all, TRAs will openly wish grisly death and torture upon anyone who disapproves of their lifestyle, and feel giddy at the thought of it. It's not surprising, all things considered, but these people are seriously unwell." And my response to this, here, I said, once it's realized that most trans activists are autogynephiliac males or ideologues pushing their political views with an identity shield to prevent criticism, all of the power-hungry threats and graphic murder fantasies make a lot more sense. And this is just true. Whenever trans activists get angry, they start wishing death on people. They start trying to life ruination people. They start slandering them in articles. And it's like, I say most trans activists. I'm not talking about trans women. I'm not talking about all activists. That's why the word most is there. And on my streams, I painstakingly, to the detriment of myself, because nobody is going to care, I always make the distinction between the trans activists who are autogynephiliacs or who are ideologues using the trans identity to push an agenda and actual dysphoric people. I have zero problems with people who have dysphoria. They are experiencing something that I couldn't even imagine, right? Like, I feel bad that these people are having something happening to them because their identity is being co-opted by people who have nefarious motives. And when you're someone who constantly talks about sex, who constantly talks about raping cis women, who constantly talks about all this like sexual stuff that you're doing all the time, to the point where you put a plug in and you play Fall Guys and you unwittingly subject people to your fetish, yeah, I'm gonna just say that's autogynephilia, man. Like, I suspect that you're using the trans identity to deflect criticism from yourself so that people can't criticize you because you can just call them transphobic and bigoted and try to ruin their lives. Right? Like, that is just what's been happening for ages. And I feel bad that actual trans people have to put up with their identity being used in this manner. And there was a post, I don't have it on hand, but there was a post of like some trans person. I can't remember if they were defending me or defending one of the other people who had defended me and were getting attacked. But they were making a defense, and somebody responded to them and called them the house N-word of trans people. Never in my life would that sentence have even crossed my fucking mind. That is a crazy thing to say from the people who claim to be so loving and tolerant. Imagine, dude. And then there was a armchair post here, Mr. Armchair Man, to remind people of the kind of professionalism exhibited by Valen's journalism. As far as competence goes, Valen's latest article has devolved from citing random Redditors to quoting anonymous channers. As far as ethics go, one of the more baffling parts of this article, shown below, is how it attempts to, actually, a defense of a previous article from 2020, where Valen's roped random Fall Guys players into a digital sex act without their knowledge or consent. Interestingly, even at the midway point of said article, titled What Playing Fall Guys with a Sex Toy Means for Sex, Tech, and Consent in Games, Valens herself retroactively acknowledged how these methods for creating the article posed a number of ethical issues, but that acknowledgement has somehow vanished in between when that article was published and her discussion of it now. Overall, Valen's work has become a fascinating example of the Habsburg nightmare that is self-referential journalism. Fucking true and real. He rates the article a 1 out of 10, trying to package personal vendettas and fetishistic cognito-hazards as journalistic activism has never been more obvious. Right? That's why it's like, you know, in my opinion, this person does not seem to be a legitimate dysphoric person. They seem to be an autogynephiliac based on the things that they write, based on the things that they say, based on that tweet of mine whipping them up into such a fucking frenzy. And my making fun of them during the VLR hit piece that they did, that they have now written 2 hit pieces on me. Way to prove me right, buddy. And Stray Wolf here posted the differences in the articles. So the current article, the second hit piece article says, sexually harassing lies, half-truths, and rumors became a popular way to target me after the VLR article. On the virtual asylum, a poster called me, I'm not going to say that on Twitch, who shoved a dildo up their ass that would rumble whenever they got grabbed or pushed on Fall Guys and played with a bunch of kids. This is completely made up. Well, how would you know? Fall Guys is a game marketed to all ages. How would you know the ages of the people in the game with you? How would you know? Like, for all you know, there could have been children in that lobby. Half a decade ago, I wrote an article for Daily Dot in which I discussed putting a vibrator against the middle of my chest while playing Fall Guys with a group of unidentified players. The vibrator was set to rumble when any controller vibration occurred, including grabbing other players. And then the article from 2020, the Fall Guys article, there are, to be clear, an enormous number of ethical issues around inserting sex toys into your multiplayer games. Gee, I wonder what those ethical issues could be. During the stream, I didn't really think that much about why I wanted to keep colliding against other contestants or grabbing them, let alone being grabbed. Then it dawned on me that I was engaging other players in an interaction that they hadn't actually been fully informed about. That's the in-game equivalent of hugging as many people as possible so you can feel your butt plug wiggle inside of you, which is not a great thing to do in public. All these people know how to do is lie. Lie about what they've said before, lie about what other people have said. All they know how to do is lie. And somehow, they still get taken seriously. Somehow, people will read the titles of their articles or read into their schlop, and they get to parade around that, oh, this has been the second biggest article of my career. Oh my God. And it's all just a bunch of slander and personal vendetta. That's all this fucking is. They're lying about what the article says. Yeah, because you changed it. Back to Asmongold. Back to Asmongold.
So this is remember what I was saying before about how, like, we have a big problem, we have a mental health problem in this society
Surely.
that nobody wants to talk about?
Truly.
This person is absolutely unhinged. This person needs to be in, like, a facility or something like that. But they're out here trying to write articles about bigotry. Like, this is some kind of a big problem. Yes, exactly. Mask off, full schizo. This person's insane. There's audio of them reading it too. I would have never guessed. Wow, really? And so anyway,
I'm not going to replay the audio. We've already had to suffer through that previously.
It's just paragraph after paragraph, milling himself wearing enormities, what each slur means. And so there it is. There's more of this here. Earlier this week, independent VTuber Ryan Penrose, gaming company, and this is, I guess this is the original post. So this is what's happened, and this is the reason why people are angry at this person here. So what they've done is they've written this massive article about how this girl Kirsche is actually a right-wing horrible person based off of something that was taken out of context intentionally to make her look bad. They're writing articles about this, about how VTubing has a bigotry problem. This is insane to even say, right? And so these people are so glad that these are the champions of morality for us. Exactly.
Your new name is Ryan? No, he was calling Rin Penrose Ryan.
I'm misquoting you, but didn't you say years ago you don't give a fuck what anyone tweets at you if they have under 1,000 followers? Well, that does sound like something that I would say, to be fair. Now, is it something I really believe? No. I mean, like, I would listen to a lot of people's, like, you know, like, if somebody says something I didn't like, I would listen to it regardless, right? But who's giving these people a platform? Well, Vice is. Yeah. Vice is providing a platform for a mentally ill freak to sit around writing
and that's what he is.
Of hentai fetish games, fetish anime games, and now they're going to go out and write an article about right-wing bigotry because fans on the internet disagreed with the way that they analyzed them.
And what's even crazier, right? Like, they have this image here of, like, my face and, like, two people from VLR's faces, and they superimpose this fucking anonymous... This doesn't look like a 4chan ID. Where the fuck is this even from? This anonymous post from some fucking image board. And it says, like, please join the 41%, Anna. You will never be a woman. Like, they're making, like, the fucking suicide joke. They're superimposing this over our faces, trying to connect with people that this is what the three of us believe. That this is, like, what the three of us are saying. This is, again, participating in slander of our characters.
Things. Nobody is supporting anybody telling you.
People are saying it's from 8chan? 8chan? Isn't that where Kirsche was a moderator? And like, that's why he has anime racism? Because they would post, like, actual CP? Like, not even lolly, but, like, actual CP? Didn't they have, like, an ebophilia board? Didn't they have a bestiality board? Why the fuck is anal violence on that kind of place? Hold on, wait a fucking minute. Hold on, wait a fucking minute. Different 8chan? I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because a lot I've heard a lot of people be like, there's two different 8chans. There's 8chan and then 8chan.moe. They're the same thing. 8chan.moe had their ebophilia board for, like, fucking ever, dude. I remember reading about this. I remember fucking reading about this, dude. You wonder why the sex pest would be near other sex pests. That's fucking crazy, dude. It's also pretty hard to find now if you don't know how to look for it. Yeah, I've never been to fucking 8chan, dude. It's not the original.
Kill yourself? That's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind a second because that's a crazy thing to unpause for. What the fuck?
To sit around writing reviews of hentai fetish games, fetish anime games, and now they're going to go out and write an article about right-wing bigotry because fans on the internet disagreed with the way that they analyze things. Nobody is supporting anybody telling you to kill yourself. That's insane.
Yeah, true.
And to act like this
is... Even I said that. Like, I laughed at how crazy the fucking anime themed company. Like, that's a crazy fucking sentence to read, right? Like, that doesn't sound real, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's a crazy sound. I know I'm gonna get taken out of context. Why the fuck am I trying to explain anything? But even I said, like, don't send death threats. That's fucked up. Don't send death threats to people. That's fucking weird. That's a fucking weird thing to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's fucking strange. You're a strange person if you're sending death threats, man. He sounded a lot more based without the context.
Some kind of like collective guilt that VTubing has is crazy. You're gonna act like VTubing has this problem when it's one person that you don't like. It's insane. Yeah, it's absolute rage bait. They can't take any criticism. Well, it's not that they can't take any criticism. It's that they try to do whatever they can. This is a transgender breeding camp weirdo, right? I'm sure their opinion piece is gonna be high value. Yes, this is absolutely fucking insane. And the fact that these people are taken seriously at all is such a huge mistake. Yep. And I'm glad to see most people are obviously shitting on them. I don't think you should tell somebody to kill themselves or anything like that.
Agree.
But you should draw attention to the fact that this is clearly a mentally ill individual that is trying to put their fetishes into reality and trying to push this stuff onto a big audience.
Yep.
It's very, very weird.
It is weird.
They're trying to make statements about politics and stuff like this totally, totally off the wall. They really aren't being the claims that the trans stuff is fetish wrapped in rainbow flag. No, it's not even about being trans.
Yeah,
like,
agreed.
It has nothing to do with that. Like, if they were straight, gay, or anything, like, what they're doing is weird.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter, like, what they are, but we know what fetish they have. We know what fetish that it appears that they have, right? We can call out the fetishes that we see with our own eyes, as it were. Like, it doesn't matter, like, if they were trans or straight or gay. They're still putting their fetishes on display and mixing fetishes in with, like, political statement while trying to attack people. It's weird. It's weird as fuck.
And bad. It doesn't matter what their identity is. Who gives a shit about that? So, yeah. To be fair, Ted Bundy was a person that ate people, so all people eat people, so at least that's the logic. Yeah, I guess so. There's 7 pages you can look at. I'm not going to read 7 pages of their
articles, that's insane.
Okay? Like, I read 1 page, and that was more than enough for, like, the next week, okay?
Yeah.
So we're not going to go any farther than that. I think I'm just trying to do everybody a little bit of a favor. So, yes, Vice loves using rage bait to farm.
I speak on my behalf only, and would say the things I say even if I didn't know who Kirsche was. Happy I almost killed you with laughter, though.
Thanks for making the weirdest sentence I've ever heard, but also, T-Man, don't fucking death threat people, fucking weirdo. Thank you for the 25. Thank you for the 25 and stating for the record. Fucking, please don't send death threats to people. That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird, dude. Don't do that. Personally, you're tired of the wood chipper comments because it originated with the keyboard warriors. You have to be an absolute psychopath to actually do that. Seeing it would seriously mess you up. Yeah, I mean, like, when people type the wood chipper thing, like, their sentiment is just, pedophiles should die. Alright, do I think that people are actually going to specifically wood chipper pedophiles? No, I'm sure they would just put a bullet in them instead. Like, right, like, why would you get extra messy, right? But it's the internet, right? People put a little flair on it. They put a little juice in their statement. It's just funnier to say wood chipper than fucking shoot them, right? Pedos aren't people, so it's fine. Yeah? Stop yapping. Just take care of it. Use the glowy emote chat. Yeah, and it's like, I hate how the word pedo is thrown around so much in current year that it's like starting to lose value, much like the word Nazi. Because like when you call someone a pedo because they watch anime, like, you are lessening the severity of the word. and you're causing the same issue around the Nazi thing, right? Like, most people would agree, like, yeah, communists aren't human, actual Nazis aren't human, but once you have an entire faction of people calling anyone to the right of, like, fucking Mao a Nazi, it loses its meaning, and it becomes like, yeah, punch a Nazi, and it just happens to be someone who's like, maybe we shouldn't have open borders. You know, like, it's gotten crazy.
It does, and I think also the problem is that these publications cannot die fast enough. I cannot wait for these publications to start dying. And
you do not hate journalists enough. Just a few weeks ago, people were trying to get on my ass for, like, cheering when journalists were losing their jobs. Yeah, I do hope journalists lose their jobs. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you seeing what these fucking weirdos are writing? Yeah, they deserved. They deserve to, man. Come the fuck on. Literally live blogging about anonymous posts insulting them. How are you getting paid for this? Like, highlight of your career is making a hit piece article filled with lies and slander, using harassers as sources, using anonymous Reddit users who admit to not watching me as sources. And you want to call that fucking journalism, Matt? Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, brother. Like, that is insane. How are you getting paid for this? Anal violence is the Alyssa Mercante of VTubers. Apparently they streamed with Keffels recently. Like a month ago or some shit. So, doesn't surprise me.
Already are, but I hope that it happens even faster than it already
Ain't no
is.
Way.
Because
Jarsh, your strongest ally is about to be an anime person. How's that make you feel, buddy boy?
What these people do is that they project a false consensus, and then they try to push their viewpoint on the majority of people that actively disagree with them. So, yeah, I hate these people. I think they're total fucking parasites.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they do is make everything worse.
They do.
That's it. It's a small minority that are lazy, out of shape, and have nothing going for them. Yep, there you go. They use rage bait articles, but they still can't make a profit. I know, man. And that'll teach them. What's this?
Well, that was pretty all right. That was pretty good. I agree. Like, that article looked so fucking long. That looked so I wonder how much of that is seething and how much of that is just, like, lying about people again. You linked to the drop picture in mod chat? When you? Holy. God damn, my hat's in the way. My hat, look at... Jesus Christ. I knew I was like their main marketing, but I didn't think it would be that fast. I didn't think it would be like that far, that fast. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's fucking nuked from orbit.
I'm loving this.
Oh, absolutely pathetic. My first and final impression of your account in game is that you dropped one of your biggest supporters over cancel culture nonsense. Enjoy your eternal irrelevancy. True and real. Rev, do you ever reread your own posts and wonder what you're doing with your life? Arguing with a random intern over a decision made by higher ups at a company that will never see your comments is kinda sad. That guy's actually wrong, and because I was partnered with the company, I know that that guy is wrong. I know that they monitor their Twitter. I am aware of this. Yeah, the fucking question marks, dude. True. In the interest of transparency, did you really drop the only person passionately promoting your game over a blog post written by someone who chose their name to sound like anal violence and who has violent rape fantasies targeted at abusing women and reducing them to nothing but a breed farm for a specific demographic? Because I find the timing of this very odd. Yep. I mean, the campaign against me on Twitter had been going on for a hot minute before the article dropped, but it was like a day or two after the article dropped when I was told, like, yeah, we can't partner with you anymore. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to drop you. Savvy love. Savvy absolutely love. Let me put this in my main browser as well, so if I can give her a little heart here. If I can give her a heart. Had a positive review. Turning it negative is like a double down vote. Oh my god. Double down vote, buddy. Please be professional in expressing your disappointment. I really don't want to have to ban people, right? I don't want to have to do that. But when you sling slurs and you do crazy stuff, yeah, you ruin your own point. You tank your own like rationale for doing something, right? You make yourself and people associated with you look bad when you do that kind of thing. And then people can point at like that one post and be like, look at all this hate. Big fucking mistake. Kirsche, craven fools. Your game almost looks interesting. Y'all done goofed. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No need for slurs when other words work much better. Yeah, you just gotta be like, I'm disappointed in your spinelessness. You know? I'm disappointed that you're cowards. I'm disappointed in you developers. Why is she gonna be so fascist and oppress our expressions and be mean? It's like you gotta understand, like, if you're trying to prove that like people dropped you erroneously, if you're trying to say like, you know, this was a bad thing to do, this is going to affect you poorly, you ruin your own cause if you get mean about it. Right? Like if you get mean, if you get insulting, if you start threatening people, like you ruin your own cause. Right? And so when I see that kind of stuff, I just assume that those are like bad actors trying to paint the whole movement as like bad, right? I believe in my honorable chatters. You guys are honorable after all. It's a sea of red. Very disappointing that you actively went out of your way to distance yourself from Kirsche, despite the fact that she promoted you for free and had a massive impact on your game sales. Very unprofessional. Beautifully written. 12.5 hours. Fucking, what a guy. Not recommended. You know why! It's about sending a message. 26.2 hours, man. Not recommended. I like the game. It's like Payday, but I had a lot more fun with this, but can't give it a positive review. I found this game because of a streamer on Twitch and was glad she showed it off. Best I can tell is she's the only one that pushed the game, and that matters because the company dropped her over online drama. I will not support a company that drops their biggest supporters over out-of-context hit pieces, not only because it is truly dishonorable action on the developer's part, but if they drop the #1 advocate, then how long before they start changing the game to appease the same rage posters when they object to content already in the game? True and real. The game that unironically uses the word candy ass in some of their voice lines. Capitulating to a rage mob, imagine? 10.7 hours, not recommended. Be great if the AI wouldn't try to absolutely ruin any and all attempts at stealth in the map heist design. Wouldn't have things like guards that spawn randomly and completely unannounced. Don't want to have to watch a tutorial for almost every single mission just to know if I placed a subdued guard there, it's going to set off an alarm. The only reason I even give stealth, even try stealth, is because the stupid AI always tries to run off alone. Yeah, the AI got pretty fucking weird. This guy's got true and real complaints here. Not recommended, 67 hours. Dropping your partner out of fear of a hate mob, disappointing. Such cowardly behavior is unfortunate. Perfectly worded. Perfectly worded, my guy. Thumbs up. For those seeking my actual thoughts on the game, it's Payday 2, but not as good. That's it! My negative review is almost purely because of the developer's rat-like nature of bending to outrage mobs and slander to protect their own skin. 100%. Beautifully worded. You the best. You the fucking best.